Hello and welcome to Fireside Chats with Leo Rodman, featuring your host, Leo Rodman.
Hello, everybody. My name is Leo Rodman, and with me today is Heather Murray. Heather, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. Hi, Leo. Thanks for having me on. I am Heather Murray, so I'm director at an agency in the UK, very small agency called Beasting Digital, and we do copywriting, content strategy, lead generation, and I'm a bit of an AI addict. So we've been infusing over the last few years, actually. It's been infusing AI into pretty much everything we do as an agency, and then also in our client work as well. So I've got a big passion for democratizing AI, sort of removing the technical aspect of it. So making it as accessible as possible for people who aren't technical in the slightest, who don't understand what things like machine learning or an API actually is. They just want to use it. So I take things, try them, break them down, and put them in really simple terms on our LinkedIn.
Awesome. And before AI came along, what were you doing?
I've been working in marketing for a while. I worked in law firms for a good 13 years. So yeah, a lot of legal, ran a charity for a while. Lots of different things, but yeah, marketing's been a key theme for a good 20 years now. So yeah, quite a lot of experience in that area.
Awesome. What are some of the biggest ways you think AI has changed marketing and is going to change marketing?
Yeah, wow. I think it's taken away the busy work for a start. I think there's a lot of sort of repetitive work within the sort of research and strategic side of marketing that is now so easy to do with a click of a button. I think it's freeing up creativity, freeing up skilled people's time to do more creative work. So when people say, is it going to come and take my job? Not if you're good at it. You know, if you're good at what you do, you're going to have more time to do the good stuff, and you won't have to waste time doing, busy work and things like that. But yeah, I think it's increasing personalization. Hyper personalization has been around for a while, but AI has massively accelerated that as well. So I think it's really making content and advertising and pretty much everything to do with marketing really, really unique to you. So I think it's kind of the dawn now of your whole marketing experience. Every message that you start to see will be purely for you and in your language and referring to your specific pain points, and it's presented in a format that you personally find engaging. I think that's what's happening now. That hyper personalization being the biggest thing. Yeah,
Great. So in terms of companies that haven't really done much with AI, what are some ways that they might start to get like a first taste of it?
Well, this is what I'm doing with my clients at the moment. So we've got clients we're working with on various things, and they're coming to me now going, right, I'm seeing you talk about AI all the time. Where do we start? And we're going from very big enterprise companies to really small kind of, 2 or 3 people. And I always say start by, and what we've got in our call now is having a call transcriber. So I use a tool called Sybil, which I think is absolutely brilliant. And it's, in its basic form, it will record and transcribe a call. But it will also, analyze that call for conversation starters. So, it's the type of thing that you can use to really grow client relationships. So, if somebody mentions it's their daughter's birthday on Sunday, you can remember that for the next call and say, oh, how was it? And start to really nurture that client or nurture that prospect. And then also it can pull off pain points, and those pain points make absolutely fantastic content. So what I tend to do is have a bit of a chain. So with Sybil, I kind of pull off the transcript. I'll then feed it into something like Claude, because Claude's got the longer token length. Analyze the call, pull off the pain points, the conversation starters, everything, and then build the content from there. It's a really, really good starting point, and it's something I've shown a lot of my clients. Also, Sybil's got body language analysis. And of course, as a founder, I wear many hats. I do sales as well. So it's really helping me refine my sales decks. So it actually will tell you if somebody leans forward and smiles or displays positive language, or if they're starting to look off the camera and they're looking distracted. You can start to then refine and go, well, for that particular client, they were very interested in that service on that slide, but they weren't so interested in this, or they had an objection to that. You can tell just from their body language. And then generally you can say, right, okay, let's take 5 of these people from a certain industry. All of them started to switch off at this point, so let's make the deck shorter. Or everybody was very interested in this, so let's dig a little bit more deeply into this. And you can really refine your sales process there as well. So yeah, it's super exciting. I would recommend starting off with a tool like that because it can do so much. And of course, ChatGPT, because it's just the big all-round tool that can do anything at the moment. Now it's got DALL-E 3.
Yeah, that's very interesting, sort of what you mentioned about sort of looking for pain points and analyzing meetings after the fact. Is that something you used to do before AI manually, or it's something you didn't do at all?
Not at all, no. So I think, like a lot of people, I'd have my notes, and when you're writing up your follow-up email, you'll go and refer back to your notes. And mine was always a problem. It was a really big pain point for me, actually. It's kind of, where is that? So I scribble and doodle. So where is that, the notes from that particular call, that specific call? So yeah, I'm so sorry, Lee. I think there's going to be somebody that's going to drop a parcel off to me in a minute. There's a van parked outside. Okay. We're going to be interrupted. This always happens during podcasts. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You need a sign that says I'm on a podcast. Just leave it.
Yeah, I really do. Like, stop! Don't knock. You'll make the dog bark.
No.
Where was I? What did you just say? Sorry.
Just talking about how we now have the ability to use these AI mechanisms to take notes and remind us of things, and how maybe it wasn't something you did before.
Yeah, no, it wasn't at all. So I would have piles of handwritten notes, and I would look back on them, but there's so much I would miss. And I think there's another thing. So people go, no, I'm great at taking notes, but try comparing your written notes. Try doing both. That's that's biggest test. Write the best notes you can do, and then anyway, this happened. 1 second, I've just got to then go. My apologies.
What would you say are some major comparison points between Claude and GPT?
To be completely honest, I've only just started to use Claude myself for the Sybil analyses. So I am a ChatGPT, diehard fan. But I found when I started to try and plug, the last few weeks, started to try and make this kind of thing. So take the Sybil transcript and put it in. I'd have to put it in chunks. And although you do get better responses, I'd say on ChatGPT, it's more interesting. Everything's going wrong. I would definitely say Claude's token length. Speed of response is sometimes quicker as well, I think, on Claude, I've noticed. But the quality of response, I don't think is very good. It stumbles, it sort of blocks you off, whereas ChatGPT will seem to kind of, let's figure out an answer. I know a lot of people said ChatGPT 4 is getting worse, but I think it's getting better in my experience. I haven't noticed any problem with it.
I haven't noticed any big problems, but I've been giving it like a lot of pre-prompting and a lot of instruction from day one. I've never really sat down and just said, write me a college essay, and people have given that as like a prompt and a test, and that's not a proper test because you're not giving it proper instructions.
Yeah, exactly. And it could be sort of propaganda beans, spread from the other, the likes of Claude and Bard and all these other people. It's ChatGPT 4's got, it's really losing its intelligence and all that. So it smells of that to me. Just get a couple of people on Twitter to say that and it'll spread.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of a problem, honestly, that there's such, one company way ahead of everyone else. So hopefully that will change.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm definitely most excited, I would say, about Gemini, Google's new one, which, I mean, I guess we don't really know anything more than buzz that they've been telling us, but it sounds good, I guess.
Yeah, they've been expert at building the buzz because I can't wait for it to come out. I've got no idea what it is. It's just, I feel like, because my own personal Google usage has gone down and 95%, I just do not use it for that anymore. If I do use it, it's with something like Merlin, maybe, or WebGPT on there, so it summarizes the results. I'm not using it at all. I'm not clicking on those results anymore. So they, the fact that I'm doing this and so many other people are doing this, they can't. It's Google. They can't be sitting on their hands that much. And Bard is just. It's just weak. Every time, in my experience, I really have found it very weak. It hallucinates all the time. I really want to give it a chance because all my other products are Google. I'm very Google friendly, but I've just been disappointed every single time by it. I think it's so behind. And I think that's because they're saving up for this Gemini thing. They're going to come out and they're going to kill it with this. But I wonder what it is. It's coming very soon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, so they originally were saying November. Now, all of a sudden, nobody's been saying November, so I'm guessing it's not happening in November. They got real quiet about that. They also have an image generator called Imagen, Imagen, which isn't it's not really out. You can access it privately, like through API access through their chatbots for now. So I have to go explore that as well.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, I think it's kind of a problem where there's only one company kind of taking the lead. I also think it's semi-problematic where all the top companies are in the US, and that's not really great.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to see more innovation and exploration in other countries.
Yeah. Where's Perplexity from? I can't remember that. Are they US?
US, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're former Google engineers. Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah,
I
no, we need
mean,
some more diversity. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, so do you know about any AI projects going on specifically in the UK or?
You know what? I don't. There's not that much. I feel like me and Adam Bid. There's not like the only sort of two people speaking about AI in the UK with any prominence. It's really strange. That it's quite. I know of a couple of AI businesses that I'm working with. There's one. I don't think I can name them. I want to, but they're working on. They're doing some big stuff around dubbing, so dubbing people into different, and this was long before kind of when you've got the likes sort of Runway and 11 Labs and that really, you know, the redubbing into different languages. This is absolutely flawless redubbing of movies, and they're working with Netflix, Amazon, you know, all the big studios as well. And it's very interesting. That's coming from the UK because that's going to be huge because it removes the need. Yeah, it's exciting, but it also kind of removes the need for actors to come in and do reshoots and retakes, which they will not be happy about. You know, they'd want to get that extra work. So yeah, I don't know quite how I feel about it, but it's very exciting. And that's definitely UK based. So there are little things, but nothing major in the kind of AI tool sort of way.
Yeah, what do you think is kind of coming next in terms of marketing and AI?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, as I say, I think the hyper personalization tools. I think the ability. So we've got the ability now with the likes of Humantic to, you know, this gather content breadcrumbs and analyze and create sort of disc profiles and Ocean 5 profiles and gather everything together and have these wonderful ways to understand people. And then you've started to get these kind of initial tools like SmartWriter or Line. I don't think Line's available anymore. Actually, SmartWriter is still, and that will take that information and create these kind of icebreaker lines and initial cold emails. And you've got, you know, some cold email versions as well. But it's all very, very early days. I think we're going to go into a full hyper personalized campaign. Whereas, you know, from the very word go, like if you get a lead magnet, it will be written in a way that's exactly for you. If you get an ebook, everything will be completely adapted and personalized precisely for you along every call to action button, every advert, every message. I think that's where we're headed with AI. I think that's what it's going to fuel. But I find it hard to understand, you know, when we're all up to that stage, what's going to happen after that? You know, how are you going to get more personalized than as personalized as you can possibly get? Like, will it be somebody, you know, talking to you, or, you know, like, because the next stage would be a personal recommendation, wouldn't it? You know, I don't understand how it could possibly work. It baffles me.
I mean, I think that we'll see some sort of dystopic advertisements where there's like a person following you down the street trying to sell you stuff
Yeah.
and remembering you the next day. I'm not
Yeah.
really looking forward to that sort of thing. I already have,
No.
I work downtown and there's like these video poster advertisements everywhere now, which
Yeah.
I mean, they're very good advertisements because they catch my eye, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not really
Yeah.
looking forward to a future of blinking screens saying, look at me, look at me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the whole thing, though. I mean, do you prefer adverts that aren't for you or adverts that are for you? Because the advert's going to be there anyway. You know, when people, I still get that bit of delight where, you know, you're watching something on your computer and you get those personalized, hi Heather, even if it's really, really like primitive.
You
now.
don't find those creepy? The ones where it's like, here's what people in blah, 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 Illinois are doing.
I like it. I like
You
it.
like
It gets
those?
my attention. I find that, but I don't like it, I suppose. I like it more than the really annoying adverts that aren't for me to, you know, stuff. Buy this van. I'm not going to buy a van. That's just a waste of my time. I can't skip it. It makes me angry. But those personalized ones don't make me angry. So in that way, I like it a little bit more.
Okay, so maybe it's more the content personalization rather than use of your name, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I would rather see more relevant ads, I guess,
Yeah.
if I have to see them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you could do both, couldn't you? And that's that would be exciting. I'd love to, you know, for everything that's coming towards me to be relevant to me, you know, but hate to see what that does to my bank account.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see about that. So we have another minute left. Before we go, do you have any sort of parting words of advice for people who are getting started with AI, maybe where they want to begin?
Yeah, I think, you know, I was saying about Sybil, but ChatGPT, I would say, really is a good place to start. And I would say go straight for the paid version. A lot of people are kind of, I don't want to pay £20. Pay it, pay it, pay it. I get that back so many times over, so many hundreds of times over in a day. It feels like you get access to so many things. It can see, it can hear you, you can talk to it. It understands you chatting in the same way as you would, you know, with your friends. You don't need to speak in this clear way. It will understand you. You can converse with it. You can create images, you can have conversation, you can create entire businesses. I've just released a playbook on my LinkedIn, which just takes you through some really quite basic chain of thought prompting, which is how to start a business without even having a business idea. It will give you a profitable business idea. It will give you the logo. It will give you a business name. Then it will give you your USP, your value proposition, your audience, even your color swatch for your marketing. You know, your content strategy, your content, it gives you 150 content ideas. That you can do that in about 3 hours nowadays, 2 hours probably if you're quick. And you can get all of these things. And I think that's such an exciting thing. You know, if this type of generative AI was available 4 years ago when I started my business, I would be so much further ahead with where I am. And I think, you know, such an exciting time for entrepreneurs now. You know, if you've got an idea, or even if you haven't got an idea and you just want to own something, it's really exciting.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's definitely the perfect time for that.
Yeah.
And thanks so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Again, this is Heather Murray, and thanks everyone for watching. Really
Thanks
appreciate
very much,
it.
Leo. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.